So we'll do a brief presentation. We'll start from left to right. So my name is Florin Andrei. I'm in charge of media and communication. And on top of that, I'm also an accordion enthusiast. And I will pass it to my colleagues. Viljo.
Hi, my name is Viljo Mannerjoki, and I'm a master of handcraft. I'm working with my small company in Finland, and I've done this job for 14 years or 15 years now.
Hello all, my name is Uriel Kitai. I am from Argentina and I am an accordion technician and tuner, also the distributor for Paolo Soprani in Argentina and Voci Armoniche in Latin America. Enjoy the session.
Also, a warm welcome from me. My name is Carsten Kresse. I'm master of handcraft and an accordion shop owner in Switzerland, originally from Germany. Yeah, I wish you a very good session and have fun.
Great, thank you very much, guys. So we have an interesting topic for today. It's about celluloid repairs. And our special guests are Ilario and Mattia Capitoli, and they will briefly present themselves. So Ilario and Mattia, if you can hear us, you can unmute yourself and
My name is Mattia, and this is my father Ilario. We work in Castelfidardo. We make accordion, and we're going to let you see something about the process and always made the wrapping of the accordion in Castelfidardo.
thank you very much. Okay, so here is our agenda. We have 3 sections. They are followed by a Q&A section and online references. So the first one is an introduction on composition and manufacturing, which will be presented by Carsten. Following that, an overview on methodology with Viljo. And the last section will be a demo presented by our special guests, the Capitoli family, Ilario and Mattia. So if you have questions during the presentation, please post them into the chat. You can also raise your hand and then unmute yourself when called by the host. Feel free to ask questions during the presentation. We will bring them into the Q&A section at the end. And I will pass it to Carsten to speak about his topic.
Hello again, and now I want to speak about a little bit composition and manufacturing. My agenda is today, what is celluloid, a little bit composition and manufacturing, a little bit brief of history, usage of past and today, and it's not really, common topic, safety and security informations, because celluloid is very hesitant. Let's start. What is celluloid? Celluloid is a mix of, it's a part of nitrocelluloid. It's a nitration of cellulose with nitric acid and sulfuric acid. It has been 70 to 80 parts nitrated until 7% of nitrogen. In the past, it's come up to 30 parts of camphor. It's different what you use for sometimes. It's up to 14. And then also 14 parts of color. 1 to 5 parts of is also ethyl ethanol, and other chemical parts are stabilizers or other agents to increase the stability and reduce the flammability. Sorry. Yeah, because we know, everyone knows celluloid is very flammable. Yeah, we come to the manufacturing. Yeah, manufacturing, sorry. At first, the raw cellulose, it's extract from the wood would change in nitrocellulose by conducting a nitration reaction, replacing in this reaction all hydroxyl groups would replaced with new nitration groups. It's very chemical. I want to hold it very short. After the reaction, the acid would be washed away with alcohol and dried and kneaded to also added and kneaded alcohol camphor liquid, and would be kneaded until the time until it comes to structure a homogeneous gel. After then it would be add some colors, and it would be mixed and pressed in blocks. You see on the right side the flammable and explosion signs. All this manufacturing is high explosive, high flammable. It's not an easy material to use and to stock. Yeah, we have here some examples for celluloid. We have blue pearl, gray pearl, white pearl. We have also black, like zebra pearl, and wood roots imitations. It's possible of coloring. Yeah, so now we come a little bit, about the manufacturers. Some at the moment are only one European producer is Mazzucchelli. I don't know if I spell it right. My Italian is not so good. And also some Chinese manufacturer, reseller for repairs, and also for little amount of celluloid you can buy by Carinidena. In Castelfidardo, also some accordion manufacturers sell it for repairs. It's only small sheets, like 20 centimeters to 15 centimeters, only for repair in different colors. A little bit of history. It's really short. The first invention was 1855 in Birmingham, England, by Alexander Parkes. It was a result of solid residue after evaporation of insolvent from photographic coloration. After he create photos, he's seen that it's some hard part, plastic part. He patented it 1865 as Parkinson, not as celluloid. 5 years later, 1816, John Wesley Hyatt in America used this for same materials, same kind, for producing billiard and snooker balls. And all things what invited and used it to reduce the reliance of ivory, because it's getting or became illegally to use ivory. In the past, I said it used also by billiard balls, toys. I'm sorry that I don't add some pictures here. The main usage in the past was cinema films and photographic film rolls, and also has a very sad and bad usage as in the bombs, World War II, World War I, as time trigger. Today, it's only used by table tennis balls and as music instrument covers like an accordion. Now we come to a little bit to hazard informations. It's all a short explanation about hazard informations. I have a book here with 5 sides of this informations. Celluloid is flammable and a mix of acetone, very explosive, could be contained when it's transported in large quantity and locked in. It has to be contained contain it, and when it's transported and in large quantities and locked in containers. No smoking in the near of the celluloid, protected from the heat. After 115 degrees, it's self-flammable. Storing more than 6 months, it could be possible that it decompose and generate spontaneous combustions. Yeah, only for your information, don't use near open flames in the near of celluloid. Don't use anything. It's heated up to 150 degrees. It needs a good airflow. It's self-explained, and when it mixed with acetone, it's very, very explosive. It was a short overview of both celluloid history, manufacturing, formulation. Thank you for your listening. And now I give the word to Viljo.
Okay, super. My topic is about celluloid repairs. And first of all, we could go through different kind of ways of putting celluloid on the top of a surface, and then we go step by step after these pictures, the process. You can show it with my camera. So main point when making a celluloid fix is to understand that what would be the best way of having the celluloid attached to the old celluloid. So here you can see on the left picture an overlapping. So the celluloid what comes from the left side is underneath the right side piece. On the right picture, you can see here, it's sandpapered and polished on the top part, and the bottom part is not. And I left it and tried to have the angle so you can see also the scratch is very good. So when making this kind of overlapping, you have to sand with the sandpaper to put it back to smooth surface. And if you're very, very careful and look to the right picture, you can see the overlap edge when it goes to the top. So there is a black or a bit darker area. So it can leave stains also. On the next pictures, there is another way of putting it. So you have two celluloids and you just make the connection and you don't overlap them. And in this case, especially on this white celluloid, because there's white bottom and the pearl, the pattern on the top is on the another layer. So if you overlap them, it's not always a good idea, which can be seen in the following pictures. Time to time, you can also make overlapping. So you thin out the edges, and then you connect them by putting them on top of each other. It's not always reasonable, but time to time it might be the only way of putting it. The reason is that there might be color changes. It's not that accurate. It might fail badly, especially when the celluloid is very thin. So then it doesn't attach anymore to the bottom. So yeah, it's a bit, you have to rehearse all this technique if you want to try it. I've used it a few times with quite okay success. I think it was the next picture. We can see this kind of celluloid grill repair. Here on the left side, you can see the area which was first the old celluloid was taken away, and then it was used sandpaper to make it quite even on the surface of the aluminium, and then the area of celluloid was thinned out or fade in, fade out, and then the new celluloid was put on it and then polished. So as you can see from the right picture, it came quite okay. You can do it, but you can always see the edges. So if you want to make a good repair, perhaps you should use edges which are invisible or somewhere where you can able to have a good cut of the material itself. But that's one technique. And overlapping, if you are having a celluloid with 2 layers, you're able to make it smooth on the surface, no problem. But you can see also from the right side picture that the bottom part comes through the top and will leave not that good looking surface. So in this kind of celluloid, I don't prefer this kind of method, but this is good to know how it reacts. And now we can go to the fixing celluloid. First, we go through the tools and then how to soften the celluloid, and then we put a celluloid on an accordion. I have here a test piece, extra accordion I have had for too long time, so nice in good use finally. So first of all, you need acetone, and Carsten very well told us that it's quite hazardous. And here I have a vacuum because it comes with a great fumes, and I don't want to breathe them. So the vacuum or some kind of protection is very good. Remember that the fumes goes through your skin as well, to your blood circulation. Then I have different kinds of sandpapers. Some regular sandpapers, depending on what you're doing, it can be from, let's say, P100 to I have here 1200, the thinnest one. You can continue a bit higher if you want, but I think it's not needed. Then I have this kind of small blocks. This is a felt piece which is good in corners. If you need to have a tight corner and sandpaper. And one of my favorites is this kind of soft block of sandpaper. You can have this up to a grit of, let's say, 320 or something like that. So this is fast tool to make the surface smooth before starting work with the water sandpaper. Then I have some tools. These are actually from the Finnish accordion factory, which ended in 1995. I bought them from the stock some years ago. And this is just a tool to press the celluloid down when you are making a big surface. I'm not going to use them today. Then this kind of tool also for pressing the celluloid down, but only for big surfaces once again. Then I have water here, and then the celluloid itself, of course. And also some kind of knife, sharp knife is good to have also in the working. So I'll turn this camera a bit downward so you can see more better my hands. And here I have a box of, it says Cousin's chocolate cookies, but it works for celluloid. So I have there a celluloid piece to get moist of acetone. It had this kind of piece which is like it's 15 centimeters by 5 centimeters. So this took an hour and 10 minutes to get on this shape. It could be there for, let's say, 10-15 minutes more, but I can feel it's getting a bit rubber feeling, so you can stretch it easily without breaking it. So I am using this kind of box just to make the acetone to evaporate and then connect it to the inside of the celluloid. You can use also water and acetone mixture of 50% plus 50%. And if you're using that, then you have to just dry this out. But I don't like it. I just want to make it like this, so it's dry already, so it doesn't stick at all to your fingers. So I have an accordion here prepared for this demonstration. We have a case where the corner has been busted and it has been fixed. So the very first step is to find the problem. Quite often these wooden grains, joints, they might be cracked somewhere else than the crack in the celluloid. So you have to find the crack area and take enough big area of celluloid away. Of course, then you make the woodwork, you use glue, some holders to have it tight. And then after everything is fixed, the wood, you have to make the surface good by using the sandpaper. Everything what is underneath comes through the celluloid. So if this is uneven surface, you can see it on this celluloid. So better the bottom work is done, easier the job is with the celluloid. For this cut, I just used a knife. I put small strips of tape, masking tape, just in order to have a straight line. It doesn't need to be a straight line, but I like it like that. And that's about it. So just make that everything here is good done, and there's no celluloid is the old celluloid here is clean, and it is a good grip, so it's not having any cracks, or it's good attached to the wooden body. So when we have the celluloid itself, I'll fix this setup a bit. I have here the acetone. I'm using just a regular pencil just to take the acetone. And my aim is to grip it here and then first sideways and then pull it to the 3D angle, kind of like. So first 2 phase and then the 3rd phase. So it's easy to do. And this is place where you can put too much of acetone. So I just take a bit time to time and overlap a bit, just enough it to attach. And you have to be accurate. You can use also bigger pencil or brush, but it also makes it possible to have how to say, more messy. So you're able to have it so that acetone goes places you don't want it to go, because you want to fix only small area, not the whole body. And I just put the celluloid, the acetone between the celluloid and wood and press it tight. Main thing in this joint is to have it totally free from air. It has to be tight, so when you put the celluloid on its spot, just press it accurately and use the time. There's no hurry here. And when I have attached one side, so now it's like I cannot move it anymore. This side is attached. So I can take left of this, you can see enough from here. So the crack is now here. So I'll just put more acetone and pull it a bit. Just make it stretched. You can feel it in the fingers when it's good. If you put too much of acetone, the celluloid will come too soft and there comes easily holes or cracks. So it's like a big bubble gum. You make a big sphere or balloon from the bubble gum and it breaks. It's a bit like that. So all the time, just pressing with the fingers, and my fingers are totally clean. I do not touch the acetone ever. You can also use some gloves for protection, but the gloves what I have tested, they all break because of the acetone. So I have not found gloves which would be thin enough so I can feel it, and at the same time good enough to have the protection. In this corner, this is the area where the reed box will come. This corner can be stretched over the edge. In this case, I will just leave it a bit like that because this is a demonstration. So let's have a look. So now we have a clean attachment. There's no air bubbles here. It's pressed properly. If you want to use, you can use also this kind of without a metal plate or something. So if there's a big edge underneath the new celluloid, you can just squeeze the air out. And then we come to the top part. And this is the actually the place where you do the matching. So by setting the acetone, you start to stretch it. That's what you can see it glued it up. So while putting the acetone, I will stretch this and pull it towards myself, and it will go on the surface. So that's very smooth. Of course, these corners might come a bit too big. If needed, you can also use a bit scissors to make it smaller. Just make sure that the acetone won't go over the edges, like wrong directions. Just by stretching and holding. So now we have one side totally done. Now we go the other side. The acetone and then we stretch again. This time I think I have too much of celluloid, so I can start at a bit horrible. Ready? So now it's attached quite good. And this overlapping that comes between the new and old one, it can be like a few millimeters, 5 millimeters. More it overlaps, more there comes to polish and to use sandpaper. So it's up to you how much you want to work and how accurate you are. If you think about, is it okay or not? So you just press it once more and once more until you think it is okay, and then you wait. Longer you wait, better it is. Small pieces, let's say thumb-sized pieces, can be for 1 day, 2 days, and then sandpaper and polish. This kind of piece I would let for 1 week, 2 weeks, because the surface comes first. How to say, tight or the soft part is inside and the outside comes first, hard. So the acetone doesn't come off easily from the bottom. It needs time to evaporate. Okay, so that's about it. So this could be here for some time. But just to make it nicer for you guys, I made the other side ready for you, so we can go directly to the sandpaper and polishing. So here is the same corner type of fixing, and this side is not a sandpaper. I just sandpapered enough so you could see the edge, and the other side is sandpapered already. Unluckily, this corner was a small failure. I will not accept this as a job for my customer. I was in a hurry when I made this, and I was not able to press every place properly, so there came an air gap. So technically, if this would be go to my customer, I would read down the corner again. But in this case, it's okay because this is a demonstration. I have used already here this 300 grip and 600, and now we can take the 1200. In order to make it and use it, water is needed. And I will use this kind of belt lock. So when there comes a corner, it comes a bit nicer. So the point is to just use the water so that this sandpaper itself would keep itself open and it will sand a bit more. If you don't use the water, then it's you have to change the paper all the time. And as you can see, although the repair is on small area, it will go a bit further. So you have to use the sandpaper so low that there is no scratches anymore. And when you're using this, when you're doing this part of the job, you don't see directly is it good or not. So you can use a cloth just to take the water away, and then you can reflect to the light. You can see scratches. If you do that, continue sandpaper, but beware that you don't do it too much. So that's about it, like a small amount of water. And remember to make the corners. For the corners, you can also use it on like this. Main point that you go from the smaller and smaller details all the time. Okay, so now we would have used the sandpaper enough. Okay, in real life, I would have done this for, let's say, half an hour or more. It depends the area you are making so much. But we can go now to have a look at the polishing part. And before we go to the polishing part, I tell you first my tools and waxes and so on. So I have been using this kind of, I don't know the English term for this one, but this kind of cotton roll-up or what polishing machine thingy, whatever it is. It's okay for most of the accordions, but if you want to make accurate work, this is not good. It leaves scratches. So I went some time ago to Italy, 1 year ago, and talked with one person over there, and he showed me his waxes, what he's using, and I'm using this kind of 3M Perfect It Fast Cut and Plus Extreme. These colors, there's like different colors for different kind of levels, how fine the liquid is. And with these ones, so this is the what I start with normally. When this is done, it looks shiny. I go a bit finer product, same extra fine plus, and then the coat for the product. And with these 3M products, you have also color for these pads. So this is a test. I'm not totally satisfied of this the size. I would like it to be a bit bigger, but it works. It makes very good surface. Actually, if using the green one only, it's enough, clean enough for a customer. But if you want to use it, the yellow one, then it comes so clean surface. So if you are using a cotton cloth on the surface, the cotton will leave small cuts. So it goes very very small grit of this kind of very soft. It is very bendable. If you're using this kind of big ones, then you can use also hard waxes. This can be used for very rough work. If it's also a small repair and you don't want to put money on equipment like this, they were not the cheapest, I can say. I don't know what kind is this. This is how international, but this is just a regular car wax. It has got a Bauna wax and some kind of UV protection, but basic thing that you don't have anything in the liquid what is having like sandpaper like of particles. So it's polishing enough good, but not that good than these other ones. And when using the machine, this is just a regular drill. You can use also other kind of spinning things, and let's say the diameter of this is around 20 centimeter. It could be 30 centimeter, depending on the machine. But the speed for the machine itself, I'm using around 600 round per minute. It can be a bit more. These liquids are good for, let's say, 1000, 1500, but the celluloid is not, because it heats up while doing this work. So let's start. I can take a bit wax, put the machine on, and just going around the places. And I move it all the time. The reason for that is that I avoid to have surfaces hot. So something makes some noises there, but and you can use white light. That's the best one or the worst one. Yeah, so you can have a look against the light. Are you able to see any scratches? And if you are, and if you're not able to take it away with the polishing machine, then you just go and use more sandpaper and come back to the machine. So that is how it's done. This phase would take also long time to do. I can see here that there's scratches. So, okay, I'm not able to have it away with this one. So I would go back to the grinding using the sandpaper and do it once more. And so you do the whole sides if needed. You don't need to make repairs even, but if you have big holes or cracks in the body, you can also use the same method here. Just use a sandpaper of, let's say, P100, 1000 or so, and then polishing it. Okay. So that's very shortly all the steps you need to do. Just use enough time and avoid of heat. So this is how you make the celluloid repairs for quite new accordions. If you have an old accordion, let's say from the early or late 1920s or 1930s or 40s, then the celluloid attachment is different. Then there might be a fabric and then the celluloid. So it has been because acetone was not known that good on that time in accordion building. So it was used like a glue. The fabric was a glue between the wood and the celluloid. So these kind of methods don't work with that one because the fabric comes through easily. but that's about it on my behalf. I thank you, and I hope you had some good views from the cameras. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Viljo. So let's go to our special guest, Ilario and Mattia Capitoli, to explain us more about Celluloid work in their daily job.
Okay.
I think you are on mute. Try to unmute yourself.
Here I am.
Great.
Okay. The video. The video is on.
Yes.
Okay, video and okay. We're starting here and we're working now in Castelfidardo, and we make accordions, wrapping celluloid. Okay, we use different type of celluloid, as you can see. We have a lot of colors, and we can wrap every model from small to bigger one. Here we're making the process on the wood, okay, using acetone and a mix of acetone and celluloid. That's the cool way that the other people say. We have a bigger one. We make the celluloid. We put this here. We wait first. And we get the celluloid is ready for the wood case. Metterci un po' di acetone fa. We use the acetone. Okay. And we put the celluloid. This is acetone and celluloid mixed. Acetone and celluloid mixed. We use a knife because It's easier to use.
Più vai veloce, più meglio che non se lo unisci.
More fast you go, better is the results. And we can't broke the celluloid. This is the most difficult part. Because with acetone, celluloid can be broke in this part. But we used to don't do that. Air is not admitted. We have to leave them. My dad is working since 35 years because it can just with black celluloid I can
No, lo uso bianco perché sennò un po' macchia quando scelgo di perlati.
not good for this. And if I can't it have to be clean, okay? With black celluloid is not going to be clean, okay? It's the same. The hood case has to be clean. I can sell a wood case black here.
Giunta.
The case is made in two parts. Just two parts, back parts and front parts. We control it if there isn't air. It's just
Non lo so io. No, vabbè.
it looks like not very good, but with the time it's going to dry. Acetone, because it's like impossible and the celluloid sheets will be not used. I can't cut the celluloid in one piece. It should be too big, okay? Like one sheet for two sheets for one accordion. In this case, we use one sheet for one accordion. Two parts, but now it's one part. Okay. we're going to finish for piping trim. I don't know piping trim. What does it mean? I don't know.
Prima la metto lì, fa riposare, poi lo giro. Così, metto qui.
The white edge on all the accordions. The white edge on. Okay.
Ok, aspetta la giunta.
String. Okay. Wait.
Una pressione per far conoscere la giunta.
We use the pressure to make it perfect. I'm sorry, I don't even understand. Acetone to make it perfect. And we put right here.
Acetone,
Acetone.
pezzo, pressione, gomma, legno.
And we get another one. Okay, this is the first part of the celluloid appling, and there are other process. And Ilario say ciao a tutti.
Ciao.
Well, ciao.
And there is another process I can show you, but I don't know if we have time.
Yeah, please show.
Okay. After 1 week, we have this type of celluloid. It's dry and it's ready to get polished. Okay. I saw Viljo that sent it with some tools, and it was good. And but it's good for small reparation. Okay. To the production like that, we have bigger instruments and normal instruments, just a buffer station. And it's here. And we have this bigger one with buffer disc and buffer disc. We send, wait, we send with this type of sheets and this tool 1,400. We use to first this to make it perfectly, okay. And we use this type of grit, okay. It's like that. This all about Kovacs sheets, I think is the best. Okay. And 8,000. Okay. With this tool, we have the masks, and we have these results. Okay. Now it's sended and ready for this one. If you want, I can let you see how I make that. Okay, no. We used to. use this thing. Okay. Carini Dena. This is strong. We have no more scratches. And now we have another tool with this type of pass. Okay, wait. Don't have to be hot because the celluloid that you know don't like the heat. Not too much. We have these results. Okay. These results. In the end, I use this to make the bar. And it's finished. Okay. So that's what we make on all these accordions. And it was nice to show you.
Yes.
And if you have questions, I'm here. I'm here, and let me know. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mattia and Ilario, for that marvelous demo. So let's see if there are any questions. So let's look on the chat, and if you have questions, you can also speak up.
Yellow spray looks like filch. Filch. Okay. RPM in the buffer is 1,400. It's fast, but I used to move faster. Okay.
Right. You can use if you use a slower RPM, you can have the
pay more on the block.
pay
Okay.
more. Yes. Yes. Okay. So in Castelfidardo, different makers use different RPMs on their buffers, or usually they all use the same, or depending on their taste.
Depending on the taste. I think I make a good work. So we do like 20, 25 pieces every day alone. Okay. So I prefer the faster RPM. Okay, to be faster. Okay. But the celluloid, as Kresse said, don't like the heat. So you don't have to make the celluloid heat because it's going to be not very good. As Kresse said, it's dangerous with flames, and I know what he was saying, and I say that is right.
Yeah, it's starting melting. It's too hot. Like it's a kind of melting on
Yeah.
on this place where it's
Okay.
too hot.
Yeah.
Così,
And
dimmi quello,
ok, yeah. No, stava dicendo di altre cose.
gli altri lavori.
Other question? I can't see the chat now.
Yeah,
and,
I would read it. Can you explain the softening of the sheet before you beginning? So making soft, flexible with the acetone steam. We want to know.
Come preparare il celluloide, di morbidarlo prima di lavorare, di usarlo.
The celluloid is like this, 0,7 celluloid, okay? Different colors.
Taglio a misura secondo la casa.
You cut at the measure you want, okay? Then you put here, okay? I have like this.
Sotto c'è, qui del celluloide, sotto c'è l'acetone. Sì, dentro c'è l'acetone.
Acetone, celluloid,
Tela.
as Viljo did, okay? Viljo did a smaller one, okay, of this, 1 hour, as Viljo said, okay? And when you come to Castelfidardo, we are in Via Dantalieri 147, and you have I can write the address and things, I don't know. Maybe
Sono terzisti.
maybe Uriel, you can write, and if you want to know more, we are working in other things, and we're going to do a lot of things. But we work for all the factories of Castelfidardo.
Tastini, yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
So
it's
if you
great
go,
pleasure.
if you go to Bulgaria, if you go to this bigger factory, you ask from Capitoli, okay, they're going to say to come here, okay. Then
Grazie mille a voi.
grazie a voi.
Grazie.
Molto
È stato un
gentile.
piacere, è stato un piacere. Chiuso. Posso?
So, did we have more questions, or we are ready to close the session? Everything is okay?
No,
Carsten,
one is
Ilya?
coming now. No is coming one. How to repair small holes from the screws or cracks in existing celluloids?
Should I answer to that one, perhaps?
Yeah, Viljo, go on.
Yeah, so small holes are quite annoying in the sense that you don't get enough surface. So, for example, if you take old microphones off, it's easiest to put just a patch, like a small part, and leave it on it and as visible. If you want to make it totally smooth, then you have to make bigger area than the hole itself for the celluloid. And you have to also make the wood part totally smooth first. So if there's a hole, use wood and glue to fill the hole, and then smooth it with sandpaper or something, and celluloid on. Just make sure that the celluloid is soft enough, then it works. It's even quite small ones. But smaller it gets, harder it is. So big surfaces is easier.
We have also another question, is also interested by me. Some red celluloid is some becoming gray. It's like colored in red. Maybe Mattia can explain, or something other has a idea. Can we recolor it, or can we paint it again in the red? What is the best procedure for these?
Yeah.
Mattia, you are muted.
I use this type of tool with paint, transparent finishing, okay? Putting some red ink on that because celluloid can be painted, okay? As you know.
Okay, which paint you use for this? Normal red transparent?
No.
Or
I
it's
just
a mix
use
of red celluloid.
I just use acrylic lucid transparent, okay?
Ah, okay, colored Luisito.
Colored with a small part of red ink.
Okay.
That's a very big trick. So you just can get in your where you are, you can get a transparent acrylic lucid painting, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And put some red ink in that. And I have I buy the perfect products, but only I only know where I buy. That's the fact. But if you ask for ink, you can find this type of color.
Maybe I come back to this question if I visit you. Where's the best place to buy celluloid? Yes, I do it by Carini or by some other producer of accordions like Weltmeister. I get some celluloids on standard colors by Weltmeister and Carini. I don't know if you use some other contacts to buy celluloid.
Yeah. I can pinpoint here in old accordions, the buttons also are made from celluloid. Those very thick ones that, let's say, 2 millimeters thick or something. My friend had bought those from, was it Amazon or eBay from USA? Small sheets and very expensive, but you can also have those. When it comes to very old accordions, you don't have the colors anymore produced. So if you are fixing a very old accordion, let's say 1940s or earlier, then you have to have the patch from the accordion itself from the back, or use another accordion, take the celluloid and have the same color. So you can also use the new ones, but the color and pattern will be quite awful looking actually together, old and new. It doesn't work.
I see for Nino other question. Is Chinese celluloid bad? Gives more problems, are preferable is Italian. Is there some difference between Italian celluloid or Chinese celluloid, Mattia?
We don't even know where the celluloid is made, but I think that when you buy celluloid from China, you can get a really bad celluloid, and you have to know the factories that produce the celluloid good for accordion, because celluloid is not used only for accordion. It's used for glasses. It's used for everything. I use to make ears, like for example. And in China there is Mazzucchelli, and in Italy there is Mazzucchelli. So when you buy Mazzucchelli, you buy quality, but is from China and from Italy. Okay, you don't know where it's produced, but it's good. Okay, Mazzucchelli is good. Okay.
Yeah, as I inform me on the website for Mazzucchelli, there are many products of celluloid, but there is not. You don't know which charge you get. It's a Chinese one or Italian one.
I don't really know. I just buy from Mazzucchelli, from reseller. Okay. And I know it's good. I don't know if it's buying in China. If you buy in China, you can buy a good one and you can buy a bad one. You have to go to China, see the material, see if it's I can't say more.
Okay, thank you, Mattia.
No problem.
On Zupan accordion, what is used for outside look? It's look like wood finish. It's that celluloid or something different. For my experience, Zupan has a painted wood furniture. That's my experience, but I don't know how someone has another solution or answer for Nicola. Do you covered Zupan, Mattia?
No, I don't paint Zupan because there are factories with better things. Yeah, see. Fees, okay. They made in Castelfidardo. They make them in Castelfidardo, but I don't paint this product. Okay.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
okay.
At the moment, I don't see any other questions. I give the word back to Florian or Viljo or
One more
Julia.
thing, one more question for Mattia. Do you make any parts for accordions from celluloid?
Yeah.
For example, registers or keys, or is that all plastic and painted?
Yeah, I'm starting now with new product of custom-made 3D objects, okay, like this or this, okay. I'm working on that with different form of register. I'm studying on that, so maybe in the next year I'm going to make a good thing, okay. I don't have I have another laboratory and I'm starting to do this type of thing, okay.
Very
Nice.
nice.
Okay.
Great. So thank you very much, Mattia. So if there are not other questions, I propose to close the session. So before that, thanks a lot for your time, for your availability, because it's getting late. And thank you very much, Mattia and Ilario. Thank you, Viljo and Carsten. And thank you all the participants and for all your questions. And if you want to find us, we are on social media. So don't hesitate if you have questions.